Hello everyone. So in this short tutorial we will continue with SQL queries. So in the last class we created two tables, customer and product, and we added some data into it and we used certain queries such as select, alter, update. So moving on with those, let's now so I just added one more row in my customer table, and let's now use a distinct keyword in order to produce only the distinct names in my database. So let's go to the SQL tab and I'm going to say select distinct keyword customer dot cust name. So select the distinct names from customer. Okay, and that's it. So now when I run this, it's gonna give me only 3 rows. If you see in the table, I have 4 rows, right? But one record is with the same name. So if you want just the distinct values, you use distinct keyword, okay? And it will give you only the distinct data. Now moving on, let's try to organize the data in ascending order. So you see the way age is here, right? So I want to organize the data in my customer table in ascending order. So I will click on the SQL tab, and then the syntax is using order by. So let's say select. Now I want to select customer.custID, and also I want to select, let's write it properly. So customer.custID and also customer.age. Okay, so these are the two attributes that I am selecting from my table customer. And then I will say order by customer dot age, and I want it in ascending order. So the keyword is ASC. Now when I'm going to say go, it's gonna now, it has rearranged the data in ascending order according to the age, right? So the smaller one is first and then the larger one is at the end. Okay. Now let's go back and say to assign it according to the cust ID. Or let's look here. Yes. So originally the data is this. Now moving on, let's say I want to, let's create a rubbish data. So I will say here insert into customer, and I will give here values 5, then the name, the last name, the age, gender, and then PID, and I'm gonna say save, go. So now we have added another row in our customer, another record in our customer. Now there are two ways. If I want to delete this data, right, graphically I can select this checkbox and then delete from here. but the command to delete it from SQL is the delete command. So I would say, so one way is deleting graphically, another way is using the command delete. So I would say delete from, so I want to delete the whole row from table customer where my customer dot cust id is equal to 5. So delete that row, the one that we created, right? So if I say OK, it will ask me, do you want to delete that row? Yes, I want to delete the row where cust id is 5. OK. And now that row is affected, right? So delete from is the syntax for deleting a row from your table. And you have to give the where condition. So now if I look in my customer, it's again looking the same. The row has been deleted. Okay, so that's the delete command. Now let's alter the table. Now this table is called, now let's work with the product. Okay, now the product, I want to change the name of the product to items. So let's go into SQL. And because I'm changing the table name, I will use the command called alter. So alter table and then the name of the table, product. And then the command is rename. So the keyword is rename and then the name, the name that I want. So rename products to items. So alter table products and rename items. Okay. And if I say OK, so it has now renamed my table called product. You can see from the left hand side that the product table is renamed to items. Now what if I want to change the column name, right? So inside this item, I want to change the column product name to item name. Again, I will go to SQL tab and I'm going to select alter table. Now remember the table name is already renamed, it's items. So alter table items, change. So which column do you want to change? You want to change prod name, product name. So product name you are changing to, let's say, items name. Okay, so you have to now give the varchar here. You have to give the data type. So the syntax is alter table, table name, then change column name, the new column name, and then your data type. So when I say OK and go, now this has changed my column. So if I look into my items, my product name has changed to items name. Okay, so this is how you can alter the column names as well as alter the whole table. Now moving on, there are certain commands such as, now what if I want to count the number of rows I have in my data? So in order to find out the number of rows in my data, we will use the count. So select and then count keyword. So count prod id, how many products are there, from table name, from product, from items, sorry, now the name has changed from items, and I'm simply going to say go. So it should give me the number of rows I have in my data, in my table. Select count prod id from items and the answer is 3. So there are 3 columns, sorry, 3 rows in my table, right? Now let's find, now the maximum price is 50 here. So let's find out the maximum price, product price. So I'll go to SQL again. Now I want to select the maximum product price from my data. So select max is the keyword. Max of what? Max of product price. So product price is my column. From product, and then we say okay, go. Product, oh, it's sorry, the name is items now. So select max, we renamed the table name, so select max prod price from items, and then we will say okay. So let's click OK. So it should give me one row with the maximum price. Maximum price is 50. So same, you can use the keyword minimum. Okay. So I think we will end this tutorial. There's one more actually. Like command. Right. So now let's go into the customer. And this is the last query that we will run. And after that, we will finish this video. So let's say I want to now find out a record with the word or the ending with alphabet N. Okay, so the keyword that we use is like. So how do we use the like command? So select, we'll have a look here. So let's say, try type this. So select everything from customer, right, where cust name R is cust name, like, and I want that it should give me where the customer name is ending with N. So starting would be the percentage and then ending with N. So if I click go, so there's one customer with the ending with N, and that's John. Right, now let's look in our data. We have 1, 2, 3 customers starting with R. So let's do that. So select everything. I'm gonna again copy from here. Select everything from customer where cust name is starting with R. Okay, so for starting you have to give the alphabet first and then the percentage. Okay, so starting with R. So now this command should give me 2 rows, 3 rows, right? So all the rows starting with, so when the percentage is in the end, it is for the starting alphabet. When the percentage is in the starting, then it's with the ending. So now let's look for the middle word. So let's look for RA. Okay, so this will be the last query. So again, I will just copy from here. Select everything from customer where cust name, and not like is when you want to do the reverse of like, right? But we are just doing the like here, and I want, give me all the records that have RA in their middle. Okay, so it has given me here 3 records that has RA in the middle. Okay, so we covered certain queries. In the next class we will cover how to create indexes and constraints in our for our tables. Okay, thank you.